Hello everyone, and welcome to my very first episode of Slime Rancher, a game that's all about sucking up adorable little slime blobs and harvesting their little poops for money. No, seriously, that's pretty much what you do in this game, and I'm sure there's a metaphor for life in there somewhere, but anyway, Slime Rancher officially launched at the beginning of August, but some of you are probably already familiar with the game because it's been out in early access for quite some time now, and I've actually owned Slime Rancher on PC for about a year, but I never really sat down to invest time into it, and since it's been brought to my attention again with the official launch, I figured it would be something sort of fun for you guys to see here on the channel and that you might be interested in it, that it might be kind of in your wheelhouse of games that you play anyway. Plus, I also took a quick Twitter poll to see if you guys would be interested in seeing Slime Rancher videos on my YouTube channel, and a majority of the people who took the poll said yes, so that's good enough for me. So if you could just please leave me a thumbs up on this video if you enjoyed it, or leave me a comment down below on this series to let me know your feedback, I would really appreciate it. Alright, so for today's video, I'm going to go around my ranch and explain some of the gameplay features for those of you who aren't familiar with Slime Rancher. And as you can see, I've already started wrangling up some of these cute little slimes here on my ranch, but even though I have some of this set up already, I still have very few hours clocked in the game. I'm only on day 10, and so please keep in mind that I'm still very much learning things about the game, and I hope you can bear with me as I go through this learning process. But I think it should be fun to sort of discover all the new things that the game has to offer, because it's all going to be new to me, and that's always fun to like dive right into something, even though people have been playing Slime Rancher for a while. I'm glad to have you guys alongside for the ride as I learn new things in Slime Rancher. Alright, so as you can see, I've got a few pens set up here, and that strange noise that you heard was this machine. I forget what it's called. It's something where it basically sucks up all the little excrements in the pens of the slimes. And in Slime Rancher there are tons of different slime types. So, as you can see, I've got 3 different ones here. These ones are called rock slimes, because obviously they look like little rocks. They like to do this sort of sonic spin and ram into you once in a while, so you have to be kind of careful. So, each of these pens houses slimes, but you have to like add a lot of different components to the corrals so that the slimes don't escape, and so that they can you know, basically have a happy life on your ranch, and all those things cost money, and the money are basically these little blobs here. They're actually called plorts, and the plorts come out of these little slime blobs when you feed them pretty much anything that they like to eat. They'll pop out one of those plorts, and then you take your handy dandy vacuum gun, vac-pack I believe it's called, and you go in and you just suck them right up. And you know what else you can do? Is you can also suck up these little slimes. That is one of the main things you're going to be doing in the game, is you're going to be sucking up slimes and their plorts, and basically bringing them to your ranch to farm them. There's other things, of course, that you do in the game, but that's one of the main things. You can see this guy here, he is hungry. He's hangry right now. I need to feed him some chickens, because each of the slimes also have their own preferred food type. So his diet is meat, but he prefers, I think hens or something like that. I'm still trying to learn all the different food types in here. He's like, please give me some chickens. I've got some chickens up there. I should probably bring his friend back into the cage. So yeah, as you can see right there, to put the slimes back anywhere, like if you don't want them in your gun and you just want to be like, get out, you can just shoot them anywhere you want. Oh, the sun is setting. Alright, so there is a day-night cycle in Slime Rancher, and that impacts the kind of slimes that you're gonna find, but let's quickly go over and talk about these guys here. So pink slimes are pretty much the most common slime you're gonna find, and they eat anything. They don't have a specific food that they eat or anything like that, and these gigantic chunky ones here are called largos, and what happens is when a slime eats another plort from another slime, it'll kind of turn into this super gigantic slime blob that's a hybrid of the two, of whatever excrement it ate. It's kind of strange. But then again, this whole game is kind of strange. So this one, these are pink slimes that merged with the tabbies over there, and this little machine is sucking up whatever excrements they might have left behind for me when I went away. And so if I want to collect some of these excrements, which is basically, again, this is the money that you get in the game, you just right click and you take it from the machine. Got some rocks over here, rock plorts. Take all of those. silos. Obviously there is limited storage space, so that's why you have to build a silo. And right now I only have one little section to put my plorts in on the silo because, you know, I just haven't saved enough cashola to expand too much of my ranch here. But I'm gonna go ahead and extract these as well, and we will go and spend them on the market and get some actual value out of them. Just want to show off my lovely hen cage here. Got some different types of hens. This is a stony hen. This one here is actually an elder roostro. So I had these little roosters in here, roostros in here, and this one is one of the old ones. So obviously when you get old, you can't keep on having little chickadees. Can't have any more babies. So this one I'm gonna have to eventually just feed to my, probably to the tabbies over there. But I like having them around. It's like just having an elder for all the other hens to respect in here. I kind of like how he looks. I don't want to feed him to anybody just yet. But the next order of business after I set up another cage over there is I want to actually get the vitamizer so that way I can get some more hens. More hen production going in here, because I need to start feeding those poor little hungry tabbies. I actually had a ton of tabbies in here before, and I just could not maintain the upkeep, and I couldn't stand looking at their sad little hungry faces like that. So I took out a few of them. Alright, so this is the plort market. It's basically like the stock market, or the stock exchange. And the plorts will change in value every so often. I don't know if it's every hour, every day, every in-game day, something like that. But depending on the type of plort that you put into the machine, you'll get a certain amount of new bucks back. And new bucks is the official in-game currency that you're going to use to get your upgrades for your guns and all your cages and things like that. So, yeah, what do I got here? I've got some pink plorts. And so what you do is you just basically shoot them into this machine, like so. Oh, wrong button. Like so. All right. And you're basically cashing in all of the plorts to get money. And in the lower left corner, my total went up just a little bit because I only got 7 new bucks per pink plort. But right now, these are phosphor plorts, which I don't have any of. Those are the most valuable at the moment. All these other ones I assume are darked out because I haven't found them yet. I haven't found gold either, but that one looks kind of lit up, so I'm not really sure what's up with that. But yeah, so if I want to get the most bang for my new bucks here, I'm gonna have to find some phosphor plorts, which I can go do that in just a moment. But before we do that, I need to build another cage so that we can have some phosphor slimes to give us the plorts. So that's gonna be the next order of business, but before I do that, let me finish turning in all my plorts here. Some extra money because I think I'm gonna need it. I don't know how many upgrades I'm gonna need for my corral for the phosphor slimes, but hopefully 1651 will be enough. Oh, and of course I should show you guys how to feed these poor little fellas because they're probably waiting for me to feed them. It's been a little while. I get kind of irritated and cranky when I'm hungry, and I imagine my little slimes do too, so I don't want to leave them waiting too much longer. These are my gardens that I planted. I've got carrots here. And I've also got the pogo fruit, I believe those are called. Oh yes, it says it in the corner. I'm trying to read the tree. That's not going to help me. Oh, one too many carrots. Alright, we'll leave that little guy there. Alright, so, like I said earlier, they each have their own preferred diet depending on what type of slime they are. So these little guys, they like veggies, and I happen to have some veggies right here. I have some carrots. So who's hungry? Who's gonna go first here? He's like me! My mouth is open! Shoot it! Right there! Alright. And then they go nom 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 nom. And then they get so excited that they just can't contain themselves and they let out a little plort. So yeah, let's finish feeding carrots to some of these little fellas here, and if I have any left over, I'll give some to these poor hungry pink tabby slimes. And my extractor machine is doing all the work for me, just sucking up all the plorts, so I don't even have to go in there and extract them manually. Because in this cage, since I don't have one of these upgraded machines just yet, I'd have to go in here manually and just suck up all the plorts like I did earlier, but this one, I don't even need to do it. I can just hit the button, activate it, and it'll just do the work for me, and it also does it, you know, periodically on its own. So let's see, anybody else hungry here? You guys good? Oops, still hungry, huh? Okay. Well, since the tabbies actually, I think the tabby slimes were worth a little bit more. I actually don't remember, except I just remember seeing the phosphor being worth more. Oh, I ran out of carrots. Alright, well, since these guys eat everything, I'll give them some pogo fruits. And the thing with these little hybrid largos is they can actually poop out 2 different kinds of plorts. So it's whatever 2 slimes they're the hybrid of, they can pop out both plorts. And so that's the thing with having these little singular pink ones in here. If they end up munching on that tabby slime plort, oh, like that! I heard the noise! They turn right into another one of these tabby slimes. So if I want the tabby plorts, I have to kind of suck them up quickly before one of the pink ones eats them. Eventually this whole thing is going to be full of, like, tabby cat slimes. That's alright. Oh, that guy's hungry over there. Give him some noms. Eat the noms! Okay, let's do some more here. So when I initially made this cage, I didn't have a roof on it, and these huge, gigantic slimes kept jumping out. And then they would jump into another cage, and then they'd try to make some tar slime out of themselves, like they would merge with another slime that was not the 2 that they're made of. And long story short, it makes these big, evil, like, dark-colored slimes that try to eat me, and I don't want that. I don't want my slimes trying to eat me. That's no fun. Alright, let's finish the extraction process here, go back and cash in these plorts, and then we'll set up the cage here so that we can start catching some phosphor slimes. Okay, so before I go ahead and build my phosphor slime corral, I wanted to show you guys this little contraption here, and this is basically a little trade center where you can trade with other members of the Far Range ranch area, and these people are just NPCs that you never really run into in the world as far as I can tell, but they'll just trade you for different items on your farm for things that they might have, and so if they have something that is of interest to you, then you can just basically submit whatever they're asking for, and a little package will pop out of the side with all the goodies that they said that they would give you. So this person wants some roostros and some stony hens. I actually don't have any roostros left, but if I'm able to find some before this deal expires, then I'll go ahead and try to redeem that. And this, I think, recycles with a new deal every so often, so you gotta keep checking this regularly to see if you can get something good from some of the other NPCs that are out in the world. Alright, you guys, so this is one of the corral plots here on the ranch, and when you start out in the game, you have just one of these little pens set up automatically for you, but it doesn't have this little sucky device, it doesn't have the extra wall or the rooftop. It'll just have one little cage corral. I had to build all of these myself, so I've been in the game for a little bit and been testing out some of the different things, trying to figure out like what I wanted to build first, what I should prioritize with my new bucks, because, you know, money's a little scarce around here unless I keep adventuring and getting more plorts. So anyway, let's take a look at what we have here. So the corral costs $250, I wanted to say dollars, but they are new bucks, 250 new bucks, and we have 2,000. So we have plenty for that. Let's go ahead and get it started. Go ahead and purchase that. Alright, looking good, looking good. Something to note about the phosphor slimes, which I will go look for momentarily. If it doesn't get too late here, I might have to wait and come back, because I think the sun's gonna come up here pretty soon. The phosphor slimes only come out at night, and they cannot be out in the daylight, which means they're gonna vanish if I put them in this cage without some sort of protection over them. I also know that they have wings, so I'm pretty sure they can fly out if I leave this top open. And I want to make it a little bit bigger, like how these ones are as well, so I can have a few more in there. Might as well just make it as big as it can be. So, let's see here. Let's start with the high walls. That's going to be 350 new bucks. Let's get that going. Let's see. The air net, forest barrier that covers up the top. Yep. Okay, so we want that. 425. And we need the solar shield to protect those little phosphor slimes from, you know, melting in the sun. Like the Wicked Witch. Okay, so do we have enough? Yes, we do. Let's go ahead and purchase that. And all of these other things. The plort collector is what you saw on the other 2 cages that I have, but we can invest in that momentarily. For now, I think that's a pretty good setup that we've got going here. And the sun is coming up, so I'm gonna have to potentially wait a little bit before I go and look for some more Phosphor Slimes. So let's take a little break, and we will come back and search for some phosphorus to put in our lovely new corral. Alright, you guys, it's just about 6 p.m. here on the ranch. It's evening time again, which means that some Phosphor Slimes should be out and about. Before we go head out on our evening stroll, I'm gonna go ahead and turn in these plorts that I was collecting while you guys were away, so that we have some extra cash ready to go, in case we need to build something else for the corral. But I think we're good. I think we're ready to go and adventure. It's going to be a night adventure for our first adventure, but that's alright. I kind of like how it looks in the evening. However, that means there's going to be a few more dangerous things out at night that we have to watch out for, but we'll deal with those when the time comes. Alright, so off we go into the far, far range, and this is where all of the pink slimes like to congregate. Normally, around here, this is where the Phosphor Slimes will start to show up, so I might have to backtrack a little bit once it gets dark enough for them to appear. But we'll start heading out here. I don't want to collect too much stuff off the ground. I might grab these carrots, just because it's a free harvest. Excuse you, I was taking those. I've got plenty of pogo fruit, but I guess that's it for the carrots. That's fine. I'll bring them back to my rocks. My rock slimes! Alright, so this is a lovely little lake that I have in my backyard of my ranch. And it's got this boardwalk. I don't know who built it. It's, I guess, belongs to whoever built the ranch and owned it before I did, because apparently I inherited it from someone. There's a whole backstory going on in this game that I have to read up on. But yeah, out there is a lovely pink Gordo slime. Gordo slimes are very special slimes that, if they eat too much, they actually burst with a whole bunch of goodies. So we'll have to go and pop that one a little bit later. But for now, we've got an objective at hand. We want some Phosphor Slimes. Not you, rock. Pink rock slime. Aha! There's one! There he is. This one looks so lovely. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take you with me. Alright, so we got one. I see another one in the cave. So I don't want to go too far in this cave. I think I'll save that for another adventure. But apparently there's some creepy stuff going on in there. We'll do that in the next video. For now, we're just focusing on getting these Phosphor Slimes. Got Tabby. Got at least 2, so that's good. Little chickies. I'll bring one of you back for my ranch. Normally there's a lot more. Oh, I want the phosphor plort. Okay, get out of here. We don't need you, Pinky. Need the phosphor. Oh, hello. Alright, so some of you might be wondering why I have water randomly in my inventory here. And it's exactly for a moment like this. So if you remember me mentioning that when a hybrid slime, one of the largos, eats another plort that is not of the 2 slimes that it's made of, it'll turn into this big nasty thing called a tar slime. Well, this is a tar slime. You can see him multiplying right there, and so far the only way that I know how to defeat these guys is with water. So I got the water upgrade for my gun, and we're gonna take these guys down. Alright, looks like they are... Oh, I do not want to suck them up. I want to destroy them. That lovely confetti explosion, like so. Apparently they don't like to take baths, so all you gotta do is splash them with some water, and, you know, crisis averted. But you can always know that there's a tar slime around, because you'll start to hear the menacing, ominous music. But you can also tell when there's an area that's full of multiple different types of slimes that usually a tar slime is gonna pop up eventually here. So, to refill the water, you just suck up from one of these wells, or you can go... Ooh, that's too much water. Alright, you can just go over to the lake if you happen to be near a body of water and suck it up that way. I do want to get the jetpack upgrade as my next upgrade for my backpack, because there were some areas around here that I cannot reach just because I can't jump that high right now. So, here, we'll check this area really quick. See if there's anything of interest over here, and then we'll make our way back. Oh, there's some phosphorus. Oh, there's a lot of them! Oh, gimme. Come here, you. I don't know how many we want. This is probably good. We've got 6. Let's make it a lucky 7. Alright, 7 phosphors. Grab another hen while I'm at it. Oh, you guys are just popping up everywhere. This is prime territory for some tar slimes, so I'm gonna head back to the ranch, and we'll see if these lovely phosphor slimes that we have collected, we'll see if they like their new corral, their humble abode that I made for them. So, I believe there is a way to fast travel. I have not unlocked any sort of teleporter yet. I did unlock this little doohickey here, which I think just opens the world map, which you can see right here. There is a whole overworld that we have yet to explore, but there's more time for that in a later video. So for now, let's head back and give these phosphor slimes a new home. I hear tar slime music. I don't see any tars. Want to join us, little buddy? Oh, never mind. You decided to eat some excrement of not your kind. Okay, let's head back, pop these guys into the corral, and potentially feed them so I can get some more phosphor plorts from them. Okay guys, I've got this all set up for you. Welcome home! Oh, they look so happy. They're like, oh man, we're trapped. Yeah, I would make that face too. They're kind of excited. Alright, luckily, I built that rooftop on this cage so that they don't fly out, because I had a feeling they were just gonna jump right out there and float away. So I think we're good for now. The only other thing I might want to add is a plort collector, but that is 500 new bucks, and I don't know if I want to spend that much just yet, because it's just as easy to walk in there and suck them up manually. What do they eat here? They eat fruit. Alright, I've got some carrots here. Here, you guys. Manja. Put these hens away. Bam. Hens for days. I might actually get rid of those tabbies in that corral over there, just because I already have the pink tabbies. Pink tabby largos that, kind of give me all the tabby plorts that I need, I think. Okay, these aren't going to be the ripest pogo fruits, but I want to give my new residents something to eat. Be a good rancher, a good host to my poor little... How did you get out? Excuse you. I know you want to go merge with these pinkies over here, but you gotta stay in your cage a little bit. Another reason why I might actually just replace these guys with something else. So, if you guys play Slime Rancher, let me know what other slime I should put in here. For now, I'm just gonna leave the tabbies in there, but they keep escaping, so I'm gonna have to replace them. Alright, you guys, who's hungry? Time for lunch. There you go. Hope you didn't spoil your appetite with plort excrements earlier, because gotta feast. Sometimes I like to just drop a bunch of food into the cages and just have it sit in there with the slimes, and then I come back the next day and it'll just be like plorts galore all over the floor. Hey, that rhymes. Nope, nope, nope. Alright, let's manually get these vacuumed up here. Redeem them at the plort market. And then I think we'll call it a day for this video. We'll figure out what we should do next. Oh, I have one more pogo fruit. Here you go, kitties. Enjoy. Alright, so what's the value? It's still at 20. Alright, so let's redeem those. Now I'm rolling in the new bucks, guys. Big money over here. Okay, so first order of business before we leave is I wanted to purchase my jetpack, so that way I can start going up higher onto the mountains and whatnot when we go adventure again, just in case. You never know if you might need it. I might as well buy all these things in order. The first thing I bought was the water tank, like I said, to deal with the tar slimes, which I think was a pretty good purchase, but I think next I want to get this jetpack. We could wait on some of these other upgrades, I think, for another time. But for now, I think that's gonna be it, you guys. So for the next video, I think I'm going to explore that cave that we saw down there and try to get a little bit further. And we're also going to go ahead and burst those Gordo slimes. There's another one that I didn't show you that's around the corner. It's like a tabby Gordo, I believe. But that one was a pink Gordo. We're gonna go ahead and collect some food to pop them because they drop something very valuable. They drop keys, and the keys open special doorways that lead you to other areas of the map. We also have these expansions here. I didn't show you guys this yet, but it's basically you pay to expand your ranch, and you can go into a whole nother area. There's one here, and there's one on the other side as well. I believe it's called the Grotto. And since I'm saving up more cash than I normally have, I might be able to actually unlock one of these in a future video. So which direction should I go? Should I go Grotto or should I go Overgrowth? Let me know in the comments below. Alright, you guys, other than that, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this first episode of Slime Rancher here on my channel, and I hope to see you guys at the next episode where we'll have some more fun and enjoy catching some of these frisky little slimes. Alright, you guys, see you next time, bye!